Mickey! Turns out he was sponsored all along. Visit magiccandlecompany.com and use offer code OFFHAND15 to find Mickey. And to also get 15% off your entire purchase. What you're looking at right now is the last photo I took at Disneyland in the year 2019 before the park closed later on in 2020. The picture shows the shared roofing between the Jolly Holiday Bakery and the Enchanted Tiki Room and how they sort of blend into each other. But little did I know this would be the last photo I took at Disneyland for over a year. At the time of making this, Disneyland has been closed for just over a year due to the coronavirus pandemic. And yes, I said it. Allow this video to travel through the ages as a virtual time capsule to Disney fans as to how we were all feeling not being able to go to Disneyland for over a year. That's a long time. But everybody, now there is a light at the end of the tunnel because California is allowing theme and amusement parks to reopen beginning April 1st. And although Bob Chapek himself said that they are not going to open on April 1st, they will be opening toward the end of April 2021. Which means in just over a month, a few of you lucky people may be walking under the archways of Main Street, USA into Town Square, hearing the railroad whistle and the music and seeing the shining lights at nighttime. Oh man, Disneyland reopening is a time for joyous celebration, and I wanted to take some of this time today to tell you what my plans are the first time I visit Disneyland again in 2021. Probably won't be in April, because it's probably going to be only California residents, but when I go, this is going to be my plan. I'm also going to answer some questions people have been asking about the reopening of Disneyland, how things are going to work, and what we can expect when we go back into New Orleans Square and get some beignets and ride the Haunted Mansion. It's been so long. So first off, let's answer some questions some of you guys may be having. That has to do with things like tickets and fast pass and capacity and what rides will be open. Now, what rides will be open? I'm going to say with my expertise that every single ride will be open on opening day at Disneyland. Almost every single ride. There's going to be one that's not open, and to quote my friend Dave from Fresh Baked,
there are a couple exceptions that are a little on the fence. Finding Nemo, I don't expect Finding Nemo to ever open up again.
Farewell, the Finding Nemo submarine voyage. You've served us well-ish throughout the years. So if you're looking forward to riding the Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean, congratulations! You'll be able to ride these Disney classics on opening day. If you want to ride the Finding Nemo submarine voyage, I'm so sorry. Now another question, how busy is it gonna be there? Am I gonna have to wait in lines all day? Now have a look at this video taken from Epcot's World Showcase a few weeks after the park reopened. It's pretty barren, and for the most part, I feel like that's the way Disneyland is going to be when it does reopen, because the max capacity for reopening in the state of California right now is 15% of the total guest capacity of the park, which is not a whole lot. 15% of Disneyland's total capacity is 12,000 guests, 12000, which may sound like a lot, but remember, there's a lot of attractions and different places to be and go at Disneyland. It's probably going to be very, very light crowds when you're in there. Then over at Disney California Adventure, you'll be seeing even less people with a max capacity at 15% of 7,500 people. And because these crowds are incredibly light, you will not see any fast pass or max pass because you won't need to. You'll be able to go into the park, hop on any ride you want to, and be on the ride vehicle within, I'd say, 10 minutes pretty safely. Wait, no, you won't be able to hop into the park because reservations will be required. Just like Disney World when it opened, Disneyland is also going to require park reservations in order to get in. You know what? General rule of thumb, if you're wondering what Disneyland will look like when it reopens, look at the first couple months of Disney World being reopened, and it's essentially going to be the same thing. You have rides operating at reduced capacity, you have lines that look longer than they actually are due to social distancing, dining will most likely be handled the same way, and everybody will probably have to buy normal day tickets to get in because, you know, annual passes are gone. They're gone. Question the third. Will there be any live shows? I really miss watching Disneyland's version of Fantasmic and I really want to see it. Sorry, there won't be any nighttime shows or spectaculars like World of Color or the fireworks or Fantasmic when Disneyland reopens, but that's not to say that there won't be any entertainment. There will be. Like at Walt Disney World, we can expect cavalcades. Now, if you're not familiar with a cavalcade because you're in Anaheim, they're essentially mini parades that aren't scheduled for any certain time that make it easier to just pop in on the characters, see how they're doing, and then pop out without getting too close to each other for too long. You'll probably also be able to see different characters and musical performances like the Dapper Dans off and in the distance throughout the day. Again, not at any scheduled time. And the last question I'm covering in today's video, are they only going to be letting in California residents? And the answer to that is, I don't know. The guidelines that California released kind of bounce back and forth between it being recommended and it being required that only California residents are allowed to visit. Now, whether this means you have to show your California state ID before you walk into the park or buy tickets, I have no idea. It's pretty inconsistent. And as an out-of-stater myself, no matter how much I would love to be at Disneyland when it opens at the end of April, the very first opening day, unless a miracle happens, it's probably not going to end up going that way for me. But who knows, vaccine rollout has been increasing, so you never know. You never know. I will maybe be there on opening day, probably not, but maybe. But hey, now that we're talking about me, you're probably wondering, hey, what are your plans when you get back to Disneyland? Where are you going to go first? And I have this question for you guys too. I'm gonna pose that for you guys to answer in the comments. Where and what will you be doing when you go into Disneyland for the first time in over a year? I gotta say, do you see the footage on the screen that's playing right in front of you? That's my answer. Obviously, this might all change the second I step through that turnstile, but my plans are when I arrive at Disneyland, I'm probably going to go down to the end of Main Street USA, turn left to New Orleans Square, and enjoy the atmosphere for a little bit before I ride the Haunted Mansion. Of course, guys, was there ever really any doubt? There's just so many things that I miss doing at Disneyland that it's going to take me a long time to get them all done. I need to experience the original Enchanted Tiki Room, I need to go on the superior version of Space Mountain, the Matterhorn, go all the way through Tomorrowland and reach up at the People Mover tracks longingly, wishing for the day where they will finally reopen and welcome me into their warm embrace once again. What was I talking about? But most of all, I need to score myself one of those delicious, exclusive, amazing Disneyland Resort mint juleps at the Mint Julep Bar. That, I think, is going to be #1 on my list. But what about you guys? Where are you going to go first immediately when you get back into Disneyland? Are you gonna ride the railroad around, or maybe just head over to DCA and ride Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout? I really want to hear what you guys think is the coolest thing to do and the place that you will go first when you enter Disneyland. Mint julep. Oh, and I'll have to get a reservation for the Blue Bayou. I have to. They have bottomless mint juleps, you guys, unlimited. And the food there is delicious also, just not to mention that. Is this reading with you guys? Can you tell how excited I am to revisit Disneyland? I mean, Disney World's been open for a while, and it does have Epcot, which is the second best Disney park in the Americas. But come on, guys, it's Disneyland. Disneyland! Now, I kind of alluded to it earlier in this video, but if you want more in-depth answers and questions, head to the link in the description below to watch the fresh-baked video he made on the reopening of Disneyland. Disney World's been open a while, and, I mean, well, what more is there for me to say? We've been gone for too long, Disneyland, and I am excited to get back as soon as I possibly can, and I'm sure those in California are even more excited than me to get back. Maybe. I do like the Haunted Mansion the most. If it was a contest, it's not a contest, but if it were, I'd be the winner. So before we all walk back through those gates in a little over a month, think back to the closing day last year, all the way back in March of last year. Think about how fun it was, and think about how weird and ominous it was at the same time. And now we are finally coming out on the other side of the tunnel, where we will be able to revisit Disneyland, finally, after a year. I can't get over saying that, guys. I'm sorry. I've said that a lot, I know. And just know that as soon as I can make it out safely, that I will be, that day I make it there, the first in line for the Haunted Mansion for that day. I promise you. If you're looking for me, that's where you're gonna find me. Hello everybody, thank you all so much for watching this video on the reopening of Disneyland. It feels weird, but it's finally reopening. And yeah, it's a bit of a shorter video this week. I hope you guys are okay with that, but I really wanted to make this when Disney announced that Disneyland would be reopening. We don't have a solid date yet, but I think they're going to be announcing it soon. And by soon, I mean as soon as I click the upload button on this video, they're going to announce it. That's just how it works around here, and I've gotten used to that. Remember the Jungle Cruise episode? Do you guys remember that? Good. Thank you, Disney. Thank you. Like I said, or I guess like I screamed at the beginning of this video, it is sponsored by the Magic Candle Company. Guys, these people are some of the best and nicest people I've ever talked to when it comes to brand sponsorships. No, I'm keeping that in. They are the nicest people I've talked to when it comes to brand sponsorships, and they have amazing products. If you can hear it crackling in the distance right now, hold on. You want some ASMR? You want some offhand Disney ASMR? This is all happening live. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me turn the gain all the way up. Ready, guys? Are you ready? That's the sound of the offhand Disney Magic Candle Company Jean Lafitte special combination. The Jean Lafitte special combination, by the way, is the Pirate's Life candle lit at the same time as the Haunted candle because it's a combination of pirates and the Haunted Man. Sort of like Jean Lafitte, guys. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to all of my Patreon supporters on Patreon. They got early access to this video. If that interests you, even $1 gets you access to most of the perks. Follow me on Twitter, ring the bell, subscribe, like, everything else, and everybody. That was really quick. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Whatever that one may entail, probably me updating this video about the opening date of Disneyland. Goodbye.